Hello everyone, this is a follow-up video on the Never Give Up video that I did with Golgari Citadel. And I've really tried, and I mean I really tried to make the Golgari Citadel deck work, but the deck just sucked. The deck just doesn't have enough removals compared to splashing red for Mayhem Devil. But here's the deck, if you want to try it out, go for it, but word of warning, the deck is not good. Anyways, here's an upgraded version to the deck. I am revisiting my favorite archetype from the past, which is Sacrifice. I know what you're thinking. This archetype has been done millions of times, and we all know how good Sacrifice decks are. But me? I still haven't played with Ravenous Squirrel yet since the Jumpstart release. I'm trying some different things here compared to the usual Jund Sacrifice list, so if you can give me a little break and let me play my Jund Sacrifice deck, it would be great. So what am I doing different compared to the usual Jund Sacrifice list? First, I'll go over what isn't in the list. As you can see, I am not playing Corvold. Although Corvold is a great card, I think it's a little bit too slow for my liking, especially in Best of the One, where more decks are streamlined towards single-minded game plan and beating someone down with really fast aggro strategy and go wide strategy. So having just a one big idiot on the board doesn't work out too well in Best of the One in my opinion. Again, for the same reason, I'm not playing Binding of the Old Gods. I really dislike the fact that the Binding is a 4 mana sorcery card, and by the time you can cast a 4 mana removal, you are probably good as dead. So what is in the list compared to the Jund Sacrifice list, the usual Jund Sacrifice list? First, we are playing Mortality Spear. So I would actually put Mortality Spear in the 2 mana curve because this spell costs 2 less to cast if you gain life this turn. In my opinion, this is a more flexible card in our deck, since we are playing 3 copies of Prosperous Innkeeper. Between Prosperous Innkeeper, Cauldron Familiar, Gilded Goose Food, you have a lot of life gain in this deck to trigger the reduced cost clause on the Mortality Spear, making it into an efficient 2 mana removal spell that can remove any non-land permanent. Secondly, we have 2 copies of Bolas' Citadel. Another reason why we are playing Prosperous Innkeeper to help us gain life while going through the deck, and at the same time ramping us into Citadel if we have to. Obviously, this is a really powerful card, and although Artifact Hate is pretty strong in this format, but our strategy is to win as soon as this thing hits the board. I'll talk more about the strategy later. And lastly, we are playing 2 copies of Yawgmoth here. That lets us put -1/-1 counters, acting as a removal option and as a draw engine at the same time. This card is really sweet in the deck because between Woe Strider, Yawgmoth, you have 6 ways of removing the top card of your library when using Bolas' Citadel, letting you go through the entire deck easier. And we are playing 3 copies of Claim the Firstborn here, which I think is one of the strongest removal spells in the game. Granted, you have the right shell for it, in which case we do. We are playing this instead of Fatal Push because I think it is a better card for the deck. It lets us have another sacrifice target for Yawgmoth and Woe Strider Scrying, and even buffing our Ravenous Squirrel in the process. The only reason why people stop playing this card is because the current Jund Sacrifice list does not play Priest of the Forgotten Gods anymore, but since we play Yawgmoth and Woe Strider, we have 6 ways of sacrificing our target, so this card naturally becomes way better. For those who are new to Historic and have not experienced the Onslaught that is the Sacrifice deck, I'll go over some game plan and strategy for the deck. So there are a few combo pairs in this deck, and the best card pairs are Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. If you can curve into Mayhem Devil, it's even better because every time you sacrifice the cat to the oven, the devil deals 1 damage to any target. Then you have Gilded Goose and Trail of Crumbs. This is your bread and butter engine for the deck that allows you to go through the deck, You sacrifice the food with the goose, gaining mana, and you can use that mana to draw a card with Trail of Crumb. Your end game for this deck is obviously forming those pairs, or you either have Low Strider or Yagamoth down and you play Bolus's Citadel. I've explained this before, but with either of these, you can scry or draw away the top card until you have a playable card on top of your library, and you can basically go through your entire deck with this combo. Then once you have 10 non-land permanents on board and you have Mayhem Devil, then you can sacrifice to the Bolus's Citadel, dealing 10 damage from Bolus's Citadel, sacrificing, and additional 10 damage from Mayhem Devil pings that gets generated from sacrificing the permanents. Obviously, I'm still experimenting with the deck. I had an earlier version where it played bunch of Mana Dorks and 4 Bolus's Citadel and Golgari version, but the deck just flopped too hard to aggression, so I had to go Jund to put in claims and Mayhem Devils in the process. Another note, Bolus's Citadel may not be it either. I have a suspicion Warlock class might be a better game ender for the deck, so I think there's still room for growth here. But anyways, I think this was a longer intro than usual. If you found this helpful, please leave a comment and a like, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did. This time around, I'm going to be trying something different. Instead of going to ranked matches or play queue, I'm going to be testing this out in the historic event queue instead. So wish me luck. Let's go. I'm not sure if the deck is that good, so we'll see. We do have Prosperous Innkeeper. I'm gonna keep it. That's gonna be another black, I believe. I'm gonna call black. Ooh, that's really good actually. Should I Trail of Crumbs now or Prosperous Innkeeper? Thing is, if I Trail of Crumb now when they're tapped out, means that it can't be countered. I think I would definitely enjoy that. But if I go Prosperous Innkeeper, that means I can go Yagamoth next turn, possibly. I think I'm gonna do that, yeah. Because I have double Yagamoth. Oh. What is this? Very curious to know what this deck they're playing is. Glass Pool Mimic. Oh. They're really not letting me actually get anything done here. Let's see. I'm gonna play this. I wonder what this is. Yorion with Paradise Druids. Another Paradise Druid. Okay. I could kill it now. That is definitely a possibility. I don't think I need to. I'm just gonna look for something like something better. I want another land. I think I would like another land next turn. Oh. What are they gonna do here? Yorion. I'm just looking for also Citadel. Another land. That's enough lands for now. So Devil, sacrifice a faithful passage. That's 1 damage. Phosphorus Innkeeper into Yorion. That's additional 3 damage. I'm just thinking whether or not I should sacrifice my board to trade into possibly better stuff here. I think I'm not in a rush per se. So we'll do this like, I mean, it does let me play Trail of Crumbs this turn, which is kind of nice. I do eventually have to kill that anyways. I think I'm gonna pass. I'm looking for Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven, also Citadel. That could be actually Elrond's Epiphany. Let's see. Let's sacrifice the Prosperous Innkeeper. There is the Cauldron Familiar that I was looking for. I'm gonna play this. And sacrifice the Familiar. Unfortunately, because of these Paradise Druids, I can't really attack. And we'll play Trail of Crumbs. And kill off Yorion. And then, I guess it doesn't matter what I get here. Oh, I needed to play another... I needed to play an additional land there. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. Unfortunately, I can't really attack. But even if they play Elrond's Epiphany, I can just kill everything off. Still kind of not sure what they're playing. Solve the equation. Okay. Oh, it's a Neoform deck. I see. But that doesn't matter. I can just kill off their creatures. I don't think they can do much here, actually. Like, sure, they get the dual caster mage off, but I can kill whatever, like the haste guy in response. I had a kind of a suspicion that it could be Neoform because I saw Paradise Druids with their mana base. Let's see what they get. Double Tuk Tuk. Okay. So it can't really attack. Okay. I'm actually very confused right now. I'm actually very, very confused. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, you have... So, what's funny is they brought in double haste Tuk Tuk Rubble Forts because I could respond to... If they just bring in one Tuk Tuk Rubble Fort, I could kill it, right? And they wouldn't have been able to attack. It's just a really bad matchup for them. Our first win. I don't have green. I have to mulligan this. I think I have to bottom the Bolus Citadel, unfortunately. Unfortunately. These are some actually nice draws. Like I have Fabled Passage active with Mayhem Devil. Unfortunately, I can't do it this turn. But next turn should be pretty good. Oh no. That's pretty good actually. So what is the play here? If I Trail of the Crumb, so let's attack with this. Let's see if they take the bait. They did not. Well, that's a problem. So we'll just have to kill the Marwyn. I do want to kill the Elvish War Master, but he didn't really take the bait there. This is a problem. That is huge. They're really? I do really want to kill the Elvish War Master. But I have no ways of dealing with this either. I think I'm gonna take the trade, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, okay. We might be able to get there. These are some really good draws. I have to leave the Cauldron Familiar as a blocker. Of course, you have another one. Oh my goodness. I don't think I can win anymore. Her draws are just absolutely out of the world. Her draws are absolutely out of the world. The thing is, like, this is 4 blockers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's still like 12 damage coming in, which is way too much. Need like claim the firstborn. But they just have too many lords. If they just had one less. Okay, they just have everything. I can't stop anything. Wow, just their draws are just like phenomenal. I can't believe it. It's absolutely out of the world. Even if I get a claim and it doesn't solve anything actually. I basically need to look for does that do anything? I'm not even sure if it does anything, to be perfectly honest with you. They just have everything. But yeah, I think we just lost. I don't think there's not much we can do. Because we need to kill both of these things and yeah. See if we can find a Mayhem Devil or something. Does that do anything? I don't think so, right? Like we just don't have enough damage. Yeah. Man, that's brutal. This should be like a favorite matchup, but it just had everything. If we had early claims, I think the game would have been a lot different, but okay. We'll keep. It's kind of awkward because we don't have double green. Oh no, never mind, because this is a black or green. Never mind. Everything's good. Everything is good. These are gonna grow so quick. Next turn I Trail of Crumb and get a look with the Gilded Goose. Guess they could attack. Problem is, whatever this Dreadhorde Arcanist is doing. Oh, that's actually really, really good draw. So if they happen to have a claim, I have Phyrexian power to back it up. What could I draw? Maybe red? Actually, it doesn't matter what it is. I guess I'll pick the Stomping Ground. Chandra's Embercat. Okay. The only thing I'm afraid of is Claim the Firstborn, which they could have because they're playing Dreadhorde Arcanist. And that's why I am tapping like this. Bolus's Citadel. Witch's Oven. That's perfect, actually. When can I attack, actually? Could I attack now? No, because I think they could just block pretty easily here. Just block with these two. That's a card. Definitely gotta get rid of that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I can go Cauldron Familiar. Buff these two. Bring this back. Buffing Squirrel even further. We'll get a Mayhem Devil. We'll decline. And then get rid of Chandra Spitfire, because that's scary. We'll attack with the 2, 3, 4. We'll attack with just 1. And we'll pass. I think this just about wraps it up, I think. These these squirrels. Hulking Bugbear. Okay. Guess we'll just play this out. And attack with these two. I guess I could have cracked the Fabled Passage. Just so that the Score Spitter can't block ever. So this dies. And let's kill the Dread Arcanist. This is just a slaughter. Full control here. Actually, I don't need to. Trail of Crumbs just going in. We'll sacrifice this food. This is over. Oh man, it's been a while since I played Sacrifice. I'm really liking the Immortality Spear over the Binding of the Old Gods. I really dislike the fact that Binding of the Old Gods is sorcery speed, and at the same time it's it's a 4 mana. Battlefield Raptor, you say? I think I was actually supposed to get fetch a red mana there. That's a mistake. Number 1. Oh, this could be like the flyers and then you play the rally. That's kind of scary actually. Kind of scary. It's a little bit slow. But I really need to claim the Firstborn next turn, so I'm gonna do this. And then fetch a red source. Oh. I definitely gotta get rid of that one. This stops all the battle triggers entering the battlefield, so Wolf Strider won't make a dude. It also stops cats. Get rid of that. We'll play Trail of the Crumbs. Attack, gain some life, and sacrifice this. I also really like the fact that it's I'm playing a Claim the Firstborn. Yeah, so they're just trying to buff their creatures. It's getting a little bit scary actually. I'm gonna do this. See if they block, and they don't. So we'll eat the food. And we'll decline. And then I guess we'll get rid of this. Now they're out of cards. We are kind of racing at this point, but I have Witch's Oven to kind of heal me back. Okay, so I think I know what they have. I think I know what they have. They have that is it called a Rally of Wings or something? Like a 2-mana sorcery, instant speed, buff 2, untap. I think that's exactly the card they have. So if they do have that, this is swinging me for 8 damage. If they use it, I eat my food. If they don't use it, then I get to heal for 3 and then use a Trail of Crumbs effect here. Another Trail of Crumb. Oh, thank God. That's exactly what I wanted. We'll sacrifice a Cauldron Familiar. Bring in. And then this will hit for 6 damage. We're gonna decline. I don't know why I declined. But I had another food for some reason. So I think the Gilded Goose did good of a job. I think we're gonna block like this. Yep, exactly. It's exactly what I thought they had. We're gonna create a food. And we're gonna eat. We go down to 2. So now they have to block this Ravenous Squirrel. That is 100% a thing. They block it. And this is 3. Now I'm gonna pass. Nice. So we actually won there because I could have sacrificed my Cauldron Familiar with the Witch's Oven. That'll give me 2 foods here, and then I get to eat 2, so I go up to 8. So unless they have another Rally of Wing. Oh, that doesn't actually work either, does it? Could I have gained 1 more life with Cauldron Familiar? I don't think I could have, but... I mean, as expected, this deck is doing well. It's using the Jun's Shell. I'm just not playing things like Corvold because I think Corvold's just too slow for Historic in my opinion. And it's kind of weird nowadays, people don't play, is this a hand you can keep? I'm gonna mulligan. Much better. Much, much better. So like I was saying, I'm actually very surprised why... Like, why aren't people playing Claim the Firstborn? Like, I swear to God, Claim the Firstborn is literally one of the best cards in the game. Like, well, in Arena, one of the best. It's basically 1 mana removal with like a tempo swing. I mean, obviously you do have to play in a shell. That does work in it. There's so many tribal decks right now. Like, think about like how devastating Mayhem Devil is in against most decks right now. Speaking of which, so I'm gonna play Trail of Crumbs, and I guess I'm going to look for stuff. I'm looking for red mana. There it is. Also, Trail of Crumb makes this deck just so grindy. I'm kind of regretting not taking the... We're just gonna go grab red mana here. Just contemplating whether or not I should play Prosperous Innkeeper with the Familiar here. I think I'm going to. Actually, doesn't matter actually. I think I'm gonna hold it off. Actually unsure what kind of deck they're playing. It could be 9 lives, which is a great matchup for us because we are a deck that can go through their damage block. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna lead with Woe Shredder. And then hopefully I draw a land. I mean, it doesn't even matter if I draw land. I can just go Mayhem Devil next turn. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. Out of nowhere. They just play a bunch of control spells and then angels. So this is pretty sweet. I take their Righteous Valkyrie. And then I guess I could put it on this. Because now they can't really block with the 0-3 here. This is a good trade for me. Oh, I just messed up. I just messed up. I just messed up. Yeah, that's just what am I doing? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. They don't really I don't know what they're playing. It's been a while. It's been a while playing Sacrifice. But that mistake was just what was I thinking? What was I doing? It's hard playing and commentating at the same time. Like some of the things that you like, they just like these like little things. You keep talking, and you forget like these like minute things that it cost you an entire game. Oh, thankfully, like they're playing some pretty underpowered stuff here, so. What is it supposed to be? If it has 8 or more night counters, remove all of them, create 8 colorless snow artifact tokens named Replicated Ring. I see. I see. What does this card do? When it deals damage, I see. Well, at least, let's draw a card. Another land. Do I want to do that? Probably. We'll play the Wolf Shredder. Okay. I could kill the Valkyrie, but I don't think it's doing anything. Is this a draft deck? Might be a draft deck. Yeah, I'm gonna scry. Yagamoth. Makes me look kind of stupid. Because now I want to use the Yagamoth to actually draw instead. But because I just sacrificed something, it makes me look stupid. Yeah, this game is it's about over, right? I don't. It doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. Whatever I do. Yep. I mean, there's probably a million ways I could have done there, like that I could have played there. But I guess I'll just take another Yagamoth. Yeah. I mean, constructed deck beats a draft deck. Newsflash. Ooh. This is actually a pretty nice hand. I can go Fabled Passage and then fetch a black mana. Oh, it's a rogue deck. Oh, would you look at that? I think I'm just supposed to play like this. And then next turn I just go off. I'll play the Prosperous Innkeeper and then claim the Firstborn. Interesting choice. They decided to flash in a creature that... Oh, okay. They also gave me a Cauldron Familiar. Perfect. What a card. Nah, this is just over. Like, look at this. Look at this. So broken. This is game over. How do they recover from that? Curious Obsession? Okay. That's a pretty... Okay. That could do it, maybe. I mean, just maybe. It does gain them a card advantage, but... I do have this coming, so... See what they do. Do I attack with Prosperous Innkeeper? Huh. I'm gonna hold off on this. Because I really want to kill this Merciful Windrobber. So unless they tap out, I'm not gonna be firing this off. Also, they really need to answer this squirrel, so... Hmm. This is a little bit risky, but this also lets me make them tap out. If they want to use whatever to counter this, then I mean I'm gonna be doing a lot of damage on my turn. Okay, let's see what you got. If they counter this, they potentially tap out, and we might have lethal. Okay. Ventress Gargoyle. I mean, this is a it's a 5/4, 2 and a 5/4. Okay, I'm gonna play this so that my Ravenous Squirrel can grow bigger. Are they gonna tap out? What do they have? Like a sensor? Okay. This is hitting you for 6. Potentially. Okay. That means I get 2 foods. 1 damage. 2, 3. Oh, they're attacking. Kind of a surprise. Okay. They're trying to mill me. This is why... Ruin Crab... I don't want to... Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say some mean things. Really holding off on that Fabled Passage. Giving them unnecessary priorities. I mean, they're down to 9. Attack with everything. Okay, fair enough. And you take 4, really? Are they dead? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they're not dead. They're 1 off lethal. Pretty sure. Because Witches of this one of these 2 Witches Oven represent 2 damage. This food represents 3 damage. And then I could have Cauldron Familiar there for additional damage, so that's 4 damage total. Okay, so they're just dead. GG. Please, opponent, not the priority. I beg you. Why do people do this? They're holding priority with this Ventress Gargoyle. Knowing they're dead. Those bad men. Maybe they're a little bit spiteful because they're playing against a sacrifice deck. Beautiful hand. Absolutely beautiful. All it's missing is now Mountain. Huh. Is that a shock? I kind of cheated there. Where I skipped my main phase to my second main phase to like scout out whether or not they have instant speed removal. Now I'm looking for another land. No land. No land. Guess I should take another Cauldron Familiar there just because I can play double Cauldron Familiar in case I don't get a land next turn. I did get a land. Is that still the play though? So I could go Stomping Ground, Mayhem Devil, and then play Cauldron Familiar. Because these runaway Steamkins can get pretty large, like, I don't want to give them a chance. Another Steamkin. Kinda brutal. Ooh, opponent. Okay. Thermal Alchemist. Pretty brutal. Might actually lose. These triple Steamkin really popped off. Yeah, unless I get it like a claim or something, I think this is gonna be a pretty rough matchup. Oh man, it's a headache. I could create a food, Cauldron Familiar, block, get something. Oh man, these Steamkins are brutal. I'm gonna actually just do this so that I can maybe use it as a blocker. Yeah, we know that because they played a mountain instead of attacking first, this is potentially just a single spell now. So this Steamkin will only grow up to 3 attack and 3 toughness. What is this? Has exactly 10 life. It's kind of cute. Okay. Maybe I could have killed a Steamkin as well. Another Mortality Spear, you say? I think we'll keep that. Now the problem are these things. These things are kind of deadly. This way. We really need a land though. Hopefully we hit a land. Perfect. Then we'll kill this creature. Oh man, we might actually stabilize. We might actually stabilize. As long as this is not a spell. Perfect. Witch's Oven. Now I can start killing things. Good damage here. Okay. Another trail. I'll take a land. I can't believe that we're actually going to win. Wow. That's unbelievable. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. One more win and we're golden. Hira. If we get one more land, it would be pretty good. I'm gonna keep it. I'll lead with Squirrel. I'm gonna guess this is a pure control deck like Azorius maybe. Yep, there's Castle Ventress. Witch's Oven here would be absolutely amazing. Oh! How do I keep getting away with this? How? Unfortunately, I can't actually bring this in because this is a Doomscar. Oh, it's a tap land! Opponent. You lost. Oh my goodness. And just like that, 7-win victory. Bunch of jams. Cool. Very cool game.